It's been a long time. Come on, stop. It's been a long time. Come on. Take this from me. Yeah. Hey, yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. A predator smells fear, and I smell a lot. My competitors fled scared, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, much success, stress sucks. I want it all, no less. So come on.
What up? It's your excuse me. I was thinking. Anyway, what up? It's your boy T-Bear from the Reaction. Today, I'm gonna try to continue some more videos involving the upcoming Royal Rumble we got coming up this Saturday as well too. This one's from Call 10 wrestlers who were never technically eliminated. I mean, there's a little loophole with a lot of entries in WWE Royal Rumble though. There's those who were not exactly eliminated, but didn't finish the match because of either injury or a moment because they got taken out before they got in and stuff like that. One of the ones I know for sure was Curtis Axel, who would use that as the only one to never be eliminated. He was used that as a gimmick as well too. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm not even starting to go because my nose getting feel like my sneeze. But other than that, let's check this out from Callaholic. 10 wrestlers who were never technically elimination. Let's get it. Add sneeze. Anyway, I'm about to put my hoodie right back on. It's cold. It's cold on that. Anyway, let's get it.
30 people enter, yet only one stands tall as the winner of WWE's Royal Rumble. There's not usually too much to complain about from an entrance perspective, unless you're Sid Justice and you just got screwed over by an orange egomaniac who you had just fairly eliminated, but sometimes a superstar can walk away feeling hard done by. Because for some, though they didn't win the match, they were also never technically eliminated from it, either due to being unable to make it into the fray in the first place, or because of some other form of shenanigans. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are 10 WWE stars who were never technically eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Join us. Number 10, Randy Savage. Randy Savage entered 5 Royal Rumbles during his WWE career, famously getting down to the final 2 in 1993 before being eliminated by winner Yokozuna after inexplicably trying to pin the Samoan sumo wrestler. Savage, during his Macho King phase, would have made it into 6 Rumbles had he entered the 1991 events, but he didn't make it down to the ring. When the buzzer sounded for entrant number 18, fans inside the Miami arena were confused as nobody showed up. This was Savage's spot, but he didn't take it after already having something of a busy night. Earlier in the evening, Randy had interfered in the Ultimate Warrior's World Championship match with Sergeant Slaughter, cracking Warrior with his golden scepter and costing him the title before legging it out of there. Clearly, Savage was fearful of what a vengeful Warrior would do should he get his hands on him and decided to stay away rather than risk it by competing for a guaranteed title shot. Randy's sketchy record in Rumbles would continue a year later when he essentially eliminated himself from the match while making a beeline for Jake the Snake Roberts, but at least he bothered to come out for that one. Number 9, Skull. The 1998 Royal Rumble was not one of the genre's best, but it did give us some decent moments, like Mick Foley entering as all 3 of his faces well, it gave us that, alright? It also gave fans a very popular winner in the form of the red-hot Stone Cold Steve Austin. Heading into the match, Austin hadn't exactly been making friends, and half the roster wanted to whoop his backside before he could make it into the big battle royal. Throughout the show, the likes of the Godwins and the Nation of Domination were shown attempting to locate and put a beat down on the Texas Rattlesnake, but to no avail. Los Boricuas thought they had gotten the job done when they jumped a Baldy backstage, but it turned out to be Skull of the Disciples of Apocalypse instead. Oh, that should result in more matches between Los Boricuas and the DOA. Yay, hooray for us. The upshot was that Skull was in no condition to participate and didn't make it to the ring as the scheduled number 22 entrant, meaning he was never technically eliminated. Number 8, Mosh. The Headbangers, that's Mosh and Thrasher, entered 2 Royal Rumbles, the 1998 and 2000 editions. As a lower card tag act, they were obviously just there to fill out the field, but Thrasher somehow managed to last over 28 minutes in 1998 while doing next to nothing and notching 0 eliminations. Perhaps Mosh would have entered a similarly inspiring performance a year later, had he made it to the ring at all. Mosh was due to enter at number 11, but didn't come through the curtain. The camera instead cut to backstage where he was being attacked by, of all people, Mabel. Since this was the Attitude Era and nothing really made a lot of sense, the 1995 King of the Ring winner was able to simply take Mosh's place and enter the match. Mabel proceeded to go on a bit of a tear, eliminating 5 people in less than 2 minutes before Ministry of Darkness members Bradshaw, Farouk and Midian, who weren't entered into the match, eliminated and then took him backstage to be indoctrinated by The Undertaker. So I guess blame Mosh being soft for almost a decade of Viscera, the world's largest love machine, and Big Daddy V, I guess? Number 7, Spike Dudley. When you survey the men who entered the 2004 Rumble, little Spike Dudley probably ranks right at the bottom as far as betting odds on him winning the thing were concerned. It's not that Spike wasn't tough, because he certainly was that, but he was a smaller, lower card guy who at best could hope for a moment to shine and perhaps a token elimination if he was lucky. Well, it's safe to say the former ECW standout wasn't lucky in 2004. Because in what could have been the runt of the Dudley Litter's only Rumble appearance, he was cut off before he even made it to the ring. And that is because of this man, Kane, who had gotten spooked when the ominous funeral bells of The Undertaker, who he had buried alive at Survivor Series a couple of months beforehand, sounded, providing a distraction that allowed Booker T to eliminate the Big Red Machine. Kane was understandably not happy at this turn of events and took his frustrations out on poor little Spike Dudley, who was in the unfortunate position of being the next entrant. A chokeslam on the ramp took him out of the equation, and it would be a further 11 years before a Dudley actually made it into a Rumble. Number 6, Scotty 2 Hottie. In the 2005 Rumble, there was a cool moment where members of the Raw and SmackDown rosters teamed up and squared off in an impromptu inter-brand scrap. Of course, when the loathsome Muhammad Hassan came out after it at unlucky number 13, the wrestlers in the ring put their pride in their brands to the side and united in their hatred of the newcomer, who incidentally was on Raw. He was ganged up on, beaten down, and promptly thrown over the top rope. For America! I mean, at least he got it easier than Daniel Puder did in the match's opening minutes, I guess. Regardless, Hassan was angry, and the sight of a dancing Scotty 2 Hottie entering at number 15 only made him angrier. As Hassan was walking to the back, he decided to let off some steam by attacking the innovator of the worm and locking him in the camel clutch, rendering him unable to continue and thus never actually being eliminated. Between being eliminated by his own stablemate, coming up against a rampaging Kane, being cheap-shotted by The Undertaker, and this, if Scotty didn't have bad Rumble luck, he would have no luck at all. Number 5, Finlay and Hornswoggle. The 2008 Royal Rumble is most famous for its shock ending, where John Cena emerged as the number 30 entrant, returning from serious injury many months ahead of schedule to win the match for the very first time. And that's all well and good for Big Recovery John, but 2 other entrants had reason to be disgruntled with the outcome. The diminutive Hornswoggle entered the match at number 9 and wisely decided to hide under the ring until picking his spot and resurfacing to eliminate The Miz. Good on you, mate. Now just get back under the ring and stay there until... Horny, mate, what you doing? That's Mark Henry you're sneakily trying to eliminate, you little fool. Yes, WWE's smallest wrestler attempting to get rid of the world's strongest man was, unsurprisingly, a futile endeavor. However, the sight of the last ever Cruiserweight champion being surrounded by Henry, Big Daddy V, and Chavo Guerrero was enough to bring out Finlay, who laid waste to everyone with his shillelagh before they got the hell out of Dodge. It did later transpire that the Fighting Irishman had been disqualified for jumping the gun before he was officially allowed to enter, but Swoggle left under the bottom rope and was never officially eliminated. Number 4, Ty Dillinger. The success of NXT helped freshen up the Rumble in the 2010s as members of the Black and Gold brand made appearances as surprise entrants. In 2017, it was Ty Dillinger's turn, coming out as, what else, the number 10 entrant. Regrettably for Dillinger, he was chucked out after just under 5.5 minutes by a dominant Braun Strowman. Ah well, there's always next year, right? So, now a fully fledged member of the main roster and plying his trade on SmackDown, Ty was once again set to enter at his favourite number in 2018. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who had lost to WWE champion AJ Styles in a handicap match in the show's opener, had other ideas though and attacked Dillinger backstage. Zayn then stole Ty's spot for himself and entered the match, lasting just shy of 7 minutes before being eliminated by entrant number 14 and eventual winner Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hold on a second. I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm back. That's good.
And that was that for Dillinger and Rumbles, apart from the non-canon Greatest Royal Rumble, where he entered at number 42 and managed half a minute before being 86'd by the monster among men yet again. Number 3, Lana. 2018 was also the year of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, which saw the fighting females of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, as well as various legends and Hall of Famers, duke it out for the chance to make history. Lana was one of those hoping for an upset, which never came, as she entered at number 13, unlucky for some, and was dumped out by Michelle McCool in about 3 minutes. The ravishing Russian would have had a much more favourable draw the following year, had she been able to compete. Lana was supposed to enter at number 28 in 2019's iteration of the match, but only made it so far as the aisleway before it became clear that she wouldn't be able to do it. Those who had watched the Rumble pre-show would have been aware that Lana had hurt her ankle after being knocked off the ring apron while trying to meddle in her husband Rusev's United States title loss to Shinsuke Nakamura. Adding injury to, well, injury, Lana was then attacked by number 29 entrant Nia Jax, removing any doubt as to her participation. Of course, Becky Lynch would take Lana's place and go on to win the match. Number 2, R-Truth. While he may not have ever come close to winning the thing, R-Truth has certainly left his mark on the Royal Rumble match. He once single-handedly eliminated both Mark Henry and Big Show, he once brought a ladder into the ring and attempted to grab an imaginary briefcase, and just last year he entered the Women's Rumble by mistake. In that instance, he came up against a not particularly amused Nia Jax, who duly threw him over the top for an unofficial elimination. Honestly, Truth must have been experiencing some serious PTSD at that moment, given what had happened to him when he tried to correctly enter the Men's Rumble 5 years earlier. Still peed off from failing to win the women's version, Nia Jax came out and attacked Truth, who had drawn the coveted number 30 spot, which Nia took for herself, becoming the 4th woman in history to enter a Men's Rumble match. The Irresistible Force made a cracking start too, eliminating Mustafa Ali before running into a Dolph Ziggler superkick, a Rey Mysterio 619, and a Randy Orton RKO en route to elimination. As a concession for having his number pinched, Truth would receive a US title match on SmackDown and actually ended up bagging the Star-Spangled Strap. See, Dad, I told you getting beaten up by a girl has its upsides. Number 1, Curtis Axel. You may have noticed that until now, we've been documenting cases of WWE stars who were never technically eliminated from the Rumble in a chronological order. However, we simply must buck the trend when it comes to number 1, because Curtis Axel took the spot that has been given to many others and truly made something of it. The former Intercontinental Champion was due to enter the positively cursed 2015 Rumble at number 6, with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper waiting for him in the ring. Well, wherever Wyatt and Harper were, Eric Rowan wasn't usually far behind. In this case, literally, as he attacked Axel in the back and took his place. Fans quickly cottoned on to the fact that the 3rd-generation grappler hadn't officially been eliminated, and it soon trended on Twitter, with both current and former WWE stars getting behind the movement. This led to Axel launching his own Axelmania hashtag and attempting to get himself into the main event of WrestleMania as the rightful winner of the Rumble. That didn't happen, obviously, and Axel had to settle for a spot in the 2nd annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, from which he was the first man eliminated after everybody ganged up on him.
So yeah, there you have it. Those some interesting moments of folks that never technically was eliminated as well too. I knew about the and reading by I knew about most of them by reading by looking at it as well too. But yeah. Very interesting loophole this to show that he was never eliminated. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Chris signing off. One love.